Can't tell if we're live. This is going poorly. Oh, we're live. Okay. We're live as of a few seconds ago. So here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to Fun Simulation 2000 quarantine edition. I don't know which this is week 4 of doing an open mic like this. We normally broadcast Gesundheit der Andre. We normally not broadcast. We normally perform this every Sunday at Reed's in Chicago. They are closed for quarantine or lockdown, whatever you want to call it for now. Hopefully we'll be back there soon. You can get beer deliveries from them, which is great. I've done it myself. I highly recommend it. It's Fridays and Saturdays. This means nothing to anyone watching outside of the neighborhood. So there's maybe four people I'm reaching with this message right now, and they're all in this room probably too. It's going good though. I hope you guys are I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's staying healthy. I hope everyone is adjusting to life on Zoom. This is where we live now. We live in these little boxes. It's great. I'm fine. I'm doing fine with quarantine. I'm okay. I'm okay as long as I don't need to go out as long as nobody else can go out. I just don't want you guys enjoying yourselves. I'm kind of happy. My high school reunion would be this year. It'd be the 20th anniversary or 20-year reunion, whatever you want to call it, which is great. I assume it's canceled. It could be on Zoom. I don't know. I think I might just organize one on Zoom and then not show up, just ghost it, because that was what I intended to do. That's kind of what I miss. That's what I miss most about not having things to attend in real life is I liked coming up with excuses not to go to places. That's how I have creativity. That's how I express myself, through those excuses. And then now I see with this when people don't show up, you can't use social anxiety as a reason to not go to things now. You kind of, I don't know. You just are lazy or you don't like your friends. Just admit it. If you don't like now's the time to admit that you have the wrong friends. You don't like them. This is the perfect opportunity to hit the reset button on friends. I need a haircut really bad. I didn't think I would need a haircut this quickly. I'm not doing good on it. It was I swear just yesterday I was making fun of other people's hair on Zoom and now my hair is out of fucking control. Grew overnight. I took some biotin, I think. It was nice the last 2 days here in Chicago. Any of the local people can verify that, but it was up in the 70s last 2 days, which is great. I moved my lemon tree. I have a small lemon tree in my house, and I moved it outside because it was in the 70s for the first time. And on that same day, I brought in my Christmas tree. That's how much time I'm not keeping track of. Everyone else in my neighborhood is playing outside with their children and have Easter decorations maybe still up, but I'm still celebrating Christmas over here. I put out the lemon tree, and then I knew it. It's going to be in the 30s this week. I have a note to myself when I'm done with this mic to walk outside and drag it back. One way to guarantee a longer winter is do something that's that symbolic of summer. Is just commit to it and do it, and then you got 3 more weeks of winter coming up. It's fucking bullshit. Oh man! So I hope everyone's doing good. Everyone has a list. I will give you a light. I have a few different ways I could light you. One way is this way. I heard this is kind of trippy. I don't know if anyone likes this. There we go. I could do that. Or you could use my phone. I don't know. I'll light you, or I'll send you a message if you go long. But if you run it too long, I'll just end up. Jesus Christ. I'll just end up muting you. I could interrupt you. I have control of this. I could boot you out of the room. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I could boot you out and let you back in, and that can be a bit that we have every week. Well, somebody, if you want to start that this week, we could do that too. It's fine. I should have done all of these little planned bits before going live to the audience, but it's fine, guys. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna let you stick around for the end for the fastest minute in comedy. I think Pratik Srivastava is gonna show up, and he might take a little bit of hosting duty, so I can use the men's room and pull in my lemon tree. I might be able to show you my lemon tree actually. I'll check. If it's getting really cold out there, I'm gonna bring it in right away. Our first comedian for the night. Put your hands together for Patty Mansbach.
Thank you. Am I on? All right, who has good news to share? I have good news to share. I learned what whippets are. Whoa, wow, yeah. Yeah, and I also learned that they're different than poppers. I learned that, and I also learned you don't put any of them in your butt. So I swear to God, guys, I learn something new every single day. It's easy for me because I wasn't that smart to begin with, but you know, baby steps. The only poppers I like are the jalapeno kinds. How much does a helicopter cost? Can I buy one for $1,200? I have no idea what the concept of money is. I am coming for you, Jeff Bezos. Oh, you're a billionaire? Well, I'm $1,200 closer, so get ready. No, it's not, because Harry Styles, he canceled his tour, so I have to spend my $1,200 on tissues to wipe away my tears. I'm heartbroken about it. I'm like 30. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I can spend my new money on the boob job that Mo in 9th grade always said that I needed. But the doctors aren't doing elective surgeries, so even my boobs can't get a job in this economy. My mom, she sent me a face mask in the mail. That was really sweet of her. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom. But honestly, it did nothing for my acne. I don't know where she's getting her skincare advice from. But let's see. Oh, after this quarantine, I'm going to be so fat that when they forklift me out of my house, it's going to be the closest I get to an amusement park ride. Yeah, dieting, more like I'm gonna die eating. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm never ever gonna get laid again because the celibacy virus affects us all in different ways. But I had it before, but I was socially distant before this whole pandemic happened. But that's because nobody likes me, and honestly, that's not my fault. That's on them. That's not on me. Like, for example, one time when I was a kid in summer camp, we had to do icebreakers. And my icebreaker was, oh, if you had to kill someone, but then afterwards you had to fuck their dead body, who would it be? Who would it be? Yeah. See, not my fault. Nobody likes me. Let's see. My dad said that the people who who aren't seniors that go to the senior grocery store hours, he said that that's stolen valor. I'm like, I don't think you know what that word means, Dad. Let's see, my dad also called me and he said he wants Trump to start holding his rallies again. I'm like, oh no, why, Dad, why? And he's like, oh, so his supporters can get the coronavirus. I'm like, you got a point, Dad, you got a point. Let's see. Does anyone here like shut down all the tattoo shops? But does anyone here have a tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like meaningful and like all your symbols and stuff when you were 18? Yeah. The only tattoo I have is when I was a kid and my brother stabbed me with a pencil. That's my only tattoo. It's weird because he stabbed the words "trust no bitch" in me. I'm very, very hardcore. Let's see. I think I'll do one more. Recently somebody accused me of being condescending, and I was like, wow, I'm surprised you know what that word means. Good job. You get a gold star. All right, I think that's all I want to do tonight, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. One more time for Patty. That was good. Thank you, Patty. You were talking about drugs like poppers, right? I went to I was near. Okay, fine. I was parked outside of a dispensary in Chicago, a medicinal one. And like next to like where you get out of your car was just like 8 empty whippets. And I was like, all right, you know what? I don't care if you think pot should be legal. It's at least better than fucking whippets, and technically whippets are legal too. So let's keep pot legal. Keep people off the whippets. I don't understand. Could you imagine just doing a ton of whippets and then going into a fucking dispensary? That would be very hard to find. We got coming up here. I'm trying to find him. Where's my guy at? Oh, there he is. I was looking for your background changes every week. It's really crazy. Please put your hand together for the very funny. I think he's muted. Are you muted? No, you're not. All right. Nathan Gibson.
Howdy. I'll be upfront. I don't prepare for any of this stuff. So
Yeah.
it also always feels like open mic already. I'm starting to feel old. I'm 32, so people who are older could tell me to fuck off. But I just downloaded TikTok, and I don't know if the only people on it are 18-year-olds, but that's the only people that TikTok keep sending to me. I think their algorithm is all off. I think they're trying to lure me into being a creep, and I'm not a big fan of it. Although some of the 18-year-olds are really down with communism, so I have a little bit of faith here. Like, do you know that TikTok and other websites like that dictate what's on the Billboard charts? Which means I finally know what the current hits are, but only 20 seconds of them at a time. I don't feel like I have the right to judge like what's trendy among teens now. Like, I don't have the right because I grew up evangelical and drug free. So most of my like activities was recreate stuff I saw on Jackass. So I've done a lot of milk chugs in my life. Some of them are on the internet. You could YouTube them now. You don't want to. I wouldn't recommend.
That should be your fastest movie.
Did I tell you I got if you've seen Facebook recently, I got challenged to a fight by one of the Trump supporters at the Liberate Illinois, which I was a counter protester because I will never make as much money as I am with unemployment right now. And seeing how I will get paid less. Like, they added $600 to the unemployment with the idea that we will revisit the coronavirus relief funds, and then we'll help the middle class because the Republicans will help us because our politicians have the memory of a goldfish. Yeah, they won't fuck us this time. I wasn't even saying mean things about Trump when I was at the counter protest to the protest. I basically spent the time just yelling, Tim Allen sucks and Last Man Standing is on too many channels. And there was a WN reporter right next to me. I was like, you know what I'm talking about, right? I was very disrespectful. He was just trying to do his job. So I got challenged to a fight because there was, towards the Thompson Center on one side of the street, there's hundreds and hundreds of Open Up Illinois residents that are trying to get everyone sick. And then there were 3 people on our side, but one of them had a drum with a cowbell and he started to play it, and that annoyed hundreds of people so much that one person had to ride their motorcycle across the street to rev his engine to out loud the drums. And there was 2 people with a sign, the ballsies of everyone there, who just had the sign Shithole USA, just really amateurly done, that would just walk into the MAGA, and police was just like, nope, we're not going to let you in that group. So about 24 people started to rally against me, or started to rally against the guy with the drums and started to chant USA, the most violent chant of them all, apparently. Oh, I felt like I was seeing Nicholas Sandman when he became a frat bro. He was the one that intimidated the Native American. Oh, he can sue me now, can he? Hello, of course, CNN. This is not good. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Should the case that Joe Biden wins, I think the best case scenario is that deep fake technology just gets good enough that we can just make speeches for him. Like, and we know that Joe Biden's already out of it. So the way that we don't like make people suspicious is just go with the first draft. Don't correct any red squiggly lines underneath your speech whatsoever. He's not gonna win though. We're fucked. I don't think I planned to say anything I said tonight. Okay. We're good. I got
Thanks.
the
Thank you, Nathan. One more time for Nathan. I think I think I'm looking forward to the day. And I gotta mute something in here. Oh, it's all right. Oh no, I'm looking forward to the day where Joe Biden tries to like relate to everybody and calls Tara Reid like a Karen, like his accuser.
Nice.
Well, I'm not used to having to take laugh breaks on Zoom, but that I'll take. Please welcome our next comedian, guys. Put your hands together for John Reid.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm doing really good. Not feeling trapped at all. Like I've got enough space. Keeping it together. I think the show, How It's Made, should probably do a prequel show called Why It's Made. I'd like to know more about calzones. You know, I imagine that's somehow like there's a pizzeria with a really paranoid chef and he's just freaking out in the back screaming, I don't care if it takes twice to go. We're going to get these pepperonis some privacy. I think boners could be better spaced out throughout a man's life. You know, I never thought as a young man I would miss those awkward school dance boners or getting called up to the front of class. But in my old age, I kind of wish it was more like Social Security. You know, you'd pay some of those awkward teenage boners in, and then as you get older and you really need them, you can take them back out instead of having to like dig in the couch cushions looking for old boners you forgot about. I think most people that say they're going to learn Spanish don't. The hiking of learning a language. I really hate it when my dog pulls on the leash when we go for walks, but I've got a really great new technique. I always tell her when she's pulling that she's going to beat me to the vet. And I got a really great rest of the walk because she's back at home underneath the couch. Oh shit, sorry.
Can we see her?
Which dog is that? Your dog?
Yeah, that's my fucking asshole dog. My roommate's got it. They bark at everything because they're like 25 pounds and just run the neighborhood. Oh, speaking of horrible dogs, dog poop bags are way too thin. But at least it's easy to get people to use them. You know, I've never seen somebody out on the streets, you know, they're walking their dog and they look down and they're like, you know what? We've been together a really long time. You're my only dog and I love you. I don't think we need to use a bag tonight.
Gross.
When a little cloud, like a small cloud, moves into a new neighborhood, sometimes they'll act tough and they'll say stuff like, I'm not small, I'm just far away. Hot air balloons are perfect if you love trespassing, but hate planning. If you're in a relationship that's based on compromise, it's probably the best time to ask for a six-way. Because even if they say no, hopefully you can get them to meet you in the middle. If voicemail is just mail for your voice, I want to know why aren't text messages called thumbnail? And on that, I want to thank everybody for your time. Let's get on with your night.
Yes, thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Yeah, I'm trying to mute people as it happens, and I was looking for who had the dog, and I was like, wait, that's John's dog. He just mentioned the vet. That's why his dog was going on. I did a boo-boo again. This is the second week in a row I've been a bad host, and I've skipped somebody on the list. One job.
Not the same person again, is it?
No, it's not. But no, it's not. It won't happen again. Put your hands together for the very wonderful Kristen Lundberg. Yay.
Hey, skip me. How dare you? I'm just playing, man. I feel good. I actually feel better now that I'm going because I'm not as nervous now as I would have been if you had called me up the first time. So I got all those jitters out. So here I am. Let's see here. I want to talk about this time of year is it's the same time of year that I went into the psych ward about 3 years ago. Thank you. I'm bowing. I went in, but I got out a day early because that's just how sane I am, okay? I got that sane swag, all right? I got that sane swag, okay? But here's the thing, when you're in the nut jar, nobody ever asks you why you're crying. They know it's because you're in the nut jar, so they just don't bother asking. It's actually kind of nice that they don't ask. You're just all crying is just normal all around. I made a friend in there. I made a friend, and one day she woke up and she stuck a pad over her mouth, and that was her outfit for the day. It was a bold choice. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious, actually. And then fast forward, now we have COVID-19, and I realized she wasn't being funny. She was being protective, okay? Just, if blood ain't getting through there, neither is some kind of like weird animal flu. You know what I'm saying? So think ahead. Somebody's got a brain on their shoulders. And the psych ward. The reason why I'm telling you guys all this psych ward stuff, it is an anniversary. Also, I'm telling you because I want you to understand this next bit. I'm just prepping you. Okay, so I brought this. This is a. Okay, it's just a. That's just weird. That's weird voice for a violin, and then this is a jingle that I wrote for my show on YouTube called Sometimes News. I can't promise it'll be as good as Nathan's milk chugging videos. Here's the jingle. You're watching Sometimes News. That's news sometimes. When we feel it's time. Sometimes news. Okay. It's news whenever we feel like it, you know? And by we, I mean me and the Tiffany lamp turtle back here. He helps me out. He helps me out. So I've always wanted to be like a late night host. I've always wanted to have my own late night TV show. I've got the white skin. I'm ready for it. Or at least be on somebody else's late night show or something. But I really think I should have one because there's no lady late night hosts. There's no lady ones. There was Michelle Wolf, but she rode around on a tricycle at the end every time. That was weird. That was weird. Anyway, being on late night is something I've always wanted to do, but due to these recent late night texts, I don't know if I can follow through. I'm pretty, but I ain't nice when I get offers from guys. Though some ladies might make an exception for late night, I ain't willing to pay that price. Well, I woke up one morning to an unexpected text. It was late night Jimmy Fallon wanting to see my breast. I said, Jimmy, I think you're funny, and I want to be on your show. But you got married a long, long time ago. Well, I heard that Conan O'Brien likes his women curly, and he texted me saying that he want to curl up with me. I said, Conan, I can't, but I still think you're the man. And he told me to shove it up my Jordan Schlansky. Well, I never thought I'd experience such a lashback until I told Jimmy Kimmel I did not want his sack. He said, pardon me, miss, I don't mean to spam you, but I'm also the mayor of small town Dildo, Canada. Place, and he really is the mayor honorary, whatever. And if that hasn't yet got you fully engrossed, I'll put you on the late night show that I host. Well, I got off my ass and I sent him a tape. He still hasn't gotten back to me about the show. So sad but true. I deleted all the text messages, or I would show you.
Woo.
That's me. I'm gonna go to the ocean. I gotta go. I'm going to the ocean. Back.
Thank you, Lumberg. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you, Kristen Lumberg. I think.
Follow me. Hey, if you guys like, I would love to follow. You know, us Angelinos, we can't get into an audition room without having 10K followers on Instagram. Come on, man. I need to be in those rooms. So give me a follow. Kristen Lumberg Comedy. I'll just write it here. I would love that. And I'll leave. I'm going to the ocean. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. I think you should end every set with just heading to the ocean. That's just.
Bye, guys. Bye, Pratik.
That's where my
Bye.
bedroom is. That's where I go to
Have a
sleep.
good set.
Thanks, Kristen. Thanks. Have a good one. Looking at the glowing,
Thanks, you guys.
glowing algae or plankton. I'm not sure exactly what the bioluminescence is out there, but yeah, I went for a walk yesterday for the first time in about 6 weeks. First time I like went further than my driveway, and I went to the river and I saw some crazy animals. I saw 3 herons, and I'd never seen a heron before, and they're scary because they're big. But then I saw a snake, and I'm pretty sure the snake has 2 heads. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, look at the evidence I posted on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure I saw a 2-headed snake. And then I took that as a sign to go back inside for another week and bring my lemon tree indoors again. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see who I could skip next. I don't know.
He addressed it.
No, this guy's good. He's right there. I could see his face. That's why it's easier to do this. Please welcome Andre Hasham.
Whoa.
Hello.
Yeah.
Excellent. I was recording a podcast earlier, and I didn't think it went very well. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he was just saying, like, you know, you're probably just too hard on yourself. You know, it's probably, you know, you're probably, just because you're doing it, you're probably too hard on yourself, which I know he's trying to make me feel better, but it really just feels like he's just telling me that I'm wrong. Like, like it doesn't help at all. It's like, no. It's not that you didn't do a bad job. It's that you don't even know what a bad job is. You don't know what a good job is. You wouldn't know what a good job was if it smacked you in the face. I don't know. It's very frustrating because like everyone I know reads self-help books and they actually seem to help. And I can't ever seem to get into the books. And that's frustrating. But then I was like, why do I need to get better? I mean, like, I seem pretty, I know I don't understand the reason for constant growth, I guess. It's like, I'm not a corporation, you know, like I don't have, you know, quarterly, you know, reports where for constant growth. Like I don't have shareholders that are going to fire me. I'm not going to fire myself. I already tried killing myself. That's not going to happen again. I don't know. It was funnier when I was writing it, I guess. What's the rest? Me Incorporated. I've been the lady I'm seeing accused me of being judgmental. I was criticizing someone for being lazy. And the thing is, like, I'm lazy. It's sort of like very much like it takes one to know one. I was like, just because I'm judgmental doesn't, or just I forgot what was the word? Judgmental. Okay, I think I'm done with the philosophical bits because I was watching a documentary about wrestling, which is really, as an adult, the only way you should watch wrestling. and one of the guys in it, he had revealed, he was one of the first people to reveal back in the 80s that wrestling was fake, which I thought we kind of had known since the start, but he said the reason that he revealed that it was fake is that wrestlers were being abused by promoters, and that it was tantamount to slavery. And he said when Abe Lincoln freed the slaves, he didn't free the wrestlers, which is great. The best line so far is but I was like, I know it was like a really abusive system, but I was like, I don't know. That does seem like a bit of a stretch. Like, I don't know if any slaves had action figures made after them, like, I don't know. This is like, do you have the one with the Kung Fu grip? Because not all slaves were black. I don't know. It's where was the second part of that? Oh, I just think that, like, at no point, like, I mean, granted, like, you do choose to be a wrestler, but like, so you can kind of quit, like, at any point. Like, I can't imagine, like, if a slave tried to quit, that the master would just be like, sure, good riddance. Like, see, the world needs another dishwasher. Like, I don't know. Okay, maybe that I should have just quit while I was ahead on that one. How much time do I have?
You got like 20 seconds.
Okay, that's fine. I'll stop digging myself a little bit.
Instagram for the fastest minute. Thank you, Andre Hasham. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
That was good. I recorded a podcast with Andre earlier this week, and I'm pretty sure that's the one he was talking about. We spent more time setting up how to record it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed re-listening to that one. This was another one that I did not enjoy. You were good on that one. I'll release it. Everyone, Mark.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I just like that we spent as much time setting it up as we did recording it, and we did record it for an hour and a half, so it did take us a lot to set it up.
I was amazed at your dedication. That is
good.
By the way, the best part of that documentary is hearing John Stossel say "fuck him" about somebody.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you're just like, yeah, the pain went away right when I got paid.
All right, guys, we're gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna try not to skip anybody, so I'm being super careful. Checking the list twice. Letting you guys banter longer than I should in between comments.
All right.
Just so I could get it right. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. I'm gonna get your name right, or I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm sorry, because we kept joking about how to pronounce your name.
It's spelled phonetically on my.
No, Sophia Javed. Thank you. No, I was reading.
Very good. A+. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Was anyone else distracted by the green screen holes in Andre's face, or is that just me? I wonder why, like, those spots are see-through. Anyway, okay. We'll think about that later. Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia. Looking for some silver linings in this quarantine situation. I think I found a couple. For one thing, this quarantine is helping me get in touch with my roots, and I don't just mean these white guys up here, but my cultural roots, right? I am Pakistani, and we speak a language called Urdu. And in Urdu, the word for yesterday and the word for tomorrow are the same word, which was always bewildering to me. But now, in week 6 or 7 of quarantine, this language is starting to make a whole lot of sense, right? Because I can tell you for sure, my yesterday and my tomorrow will in fact be the same day. It's almost as if the Pakistanis knew this was coming. I don't know what that's all about, but I was very confused about this when I was a kid, and I remember asking my mom, "Mom, this is crazy. Why do we use the same word for yesterday and tomorrow?" And she got really pissed. She was like, "No more questions. I'll tell you tomorrow." And I was like, "Mom, that's what you said yesterday." And then we just went through this every 3 days, and I never got an answer. So I'm gonna try asking her again tomorrow and see what she says. I also, about when this whole thing started, I told myself I was going to be productive with my time. So I'm unemployed. I was like, I think I'm going to learn some coding. I think that might be a nice career change. You know, if I'm never able to tell jokes to people in bar basements ever again, maybe I'll do some computer stuff. I told my friend about this. I was like, I'm going to learn some coding. I'm going to take some classes and read some YouTubes. And my friend was like, Sophia, look at yourself in the mirror. You are a brown woman in hipster glasses. You don't have to learn shit. People will just believe you. And sure enough, about 6 weeks later, judging by the number of older white men who ask me for help with their Zoom events, I think that's right. I'm unemployed, so I've been charging them and just telling them stuff, and guess what? They'll believe anything. So if anyone needs help with your Zoom events, I'm happy to tell you, make up some shit for you for a small fee. I do miss some things about the before times. I hate to say it, but I'll admit it. I miss Starbucks, guys. So here's what happens every day when I make my coffee at home. I just mispronounce my own name. Right? This morning it was a triple tall vanilla latte for Sophia. And I was like, what the hell is Michael Cooper here? Like, come on, my name's Sophia. It's not that hard. And it was supposed to be a hazelnut, okay? I was so annoyed, I didn't even leave a tip, and I complained to the manager. And then I had to wait 10 minutes just to get into the bathroom. And when I got in there, there wasn't any toilet paper in there.
Hey.
It was a big mess. So anyway, I came out, I demanded a new drink, which was just more work for me in the end. The new drink came out and it just said Karen on it. We were talking about cats earlier. I see that. We were talking about cats earlier, and yeah, I did have that link ready because I was thinking about this. Some pet cats in New York got tested positive for COVID. And I was like, that's crazy. And then I just wondered how long before cats across America start hoarding kitty litter. Right? Like, are we going to start seeing cat fights in Costco? But I don't know. I think if we quarantine cats, I think they'd be cool with it. Cats will be the experts at social distancing, right? Cats will be like, what? You want me to not move a lot, stay home, and just sleep all day? Cool. Except for those Republican cats who are going to be out in the streets demanding haircuts and buying guns. What else? All right, I'll end on this one. I'm quarantined in a studio apartment that is 200 square feet.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa is right. The regulation for free-range chickens is 300 square feet. So I'm not free range. I have one window. It has bars on it. I'm not even cage free. And I'm not going to say how old I am, but those chickens are making much fresher eggs than I am. It's all right. It's all right. Mine are still in good demand because everyone knows these brown eggs are more natural. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
thank you, Sophia. Sophia Javed. One more time for Sophia. That was good. I like it. I really hope cats get. Oh, there we go.
no,
Yeah.
win
there
the
we go.
day. Yeah.
Winning there. I really hope cats can't get COVID because my neighbor just lets his cat just wander, and it is the friendliest cat, and it would really depress me if something happened to that cat. The neighbor, on the other hand, I really don't care for. He was wandering the street yesterday, like just walking up and down the street. Too drunk to really walk. This is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He was like drunk and chain smoking, and he was stopping in front of everybody's house and just standing there and then just coughing.
Oh.
He did it up and down the street both ways. And the first time I was looking out the window, and as soon as he coughed, I just slammed the window shut. And we just stared at each other, and he just kept staring at me. It was so fucking weird. So whatever. He's right in the demographic I think that could get hit hard by this. So let's do that. Let's get together, COVID, and team up against him. Not his cat. We're gonna keep going right now. I'm looking for our next comedian. There he is. Please welcome Seth Rabin.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm living in Madison, Wisconsin. I've lived here for 4.5 years, but I'm originally from the Chicagoland area. And I don't like to say Chicago because I know people get very sensitive when you say you're from Chicago, but you're really not. Even though my parents grew up in the city. My mom grew up on the north side. She lived in Rogers Park. My dad grew up on the south side. I think he was a Latin king. I don't know. But I'm proud to say I'm from the Chicagoland area because the last thing I ever want to do is piss off the great people of Chicago. So I was putting ketchup on my hot dog at Willis Tower the other day when I realized. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I know some of you have never seen me before. So when I was 2 years old, doctors placed me at the bottom of the autism spectrum, which I guess means that I'm a little autistic. Like if I was a rapper, my name would have been Lil Audie. I found out there's a rapper that already has that name. So I decided to go with a new name. It's actually a tribute to 1980s rapper Grandmaster Caz. From now on, my name is Grandmaster Kazburgers. Yep, that's a new name. And I'll be going, once the quarantine ends, I'll be going on tour with MC Light Talker and Kodak Lack of Eye Contact. So, looking forward to that. So we're in a new decade now, and I know that right now it's not looking like a good decade, but it'll be interesting to see how it ends because when I think we look back on the 2010s, it'll be remembered as the decade where everything that we thought would never ever happen ended up happening. When you really think about it, I mean, Cubs won the World Series, Donald Trump became president, I got to third base, like anything was possible, you know? And, okay, and for those of you that laughed, let me tell you something. You know how many home runs Hank Aaron hit? 755. Do you know how many triples he hit? 98. Triples are much harder to get than home runs. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, yeah. So I have a girlfriend. She lives in Niles, and it's interesting I have a girlfriend because I'm a very awkward person. Like I have this unintentional tendency to make women uncomfortable. But if I'm being honest, I don't think it's just women. I think that if an alien spaceship came crashing into Earth and an alien came out, literally all I'd have to do is walk up to it and be like, "Hello, my name is Seth." And the first thing out of that alien's mouth is, "I'm actually seeing somebody right now." So, but we've been together for 6 months. Not the alien, the girl. Just wanted to clarify that. So lately I've been making different personal life decisions even before the quarantine. Like have you ever seen a commercial for a product and you were interested in buying the product and then you bought it and then when you got it you were not satisfied with the results you were hoping for? Like I've been putting off getting a credit card for months, in fact even years. But lately I've been seeing these commercials with Jennifer Garner in them, these credit card commercials. So I thought, all right, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. And I did it, and it's been a couple of months, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not happy. I'm actually pretty mad. I mean, the credit card works, and it works great, but it's Ben Affleck's turn to pick up the kids this weekend. I know that, look, every now and then you need a good divorce joke. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. So I'm a glass half empty, half full person. Like I like to imagine, especially in today's world, I like to imagine there's a world out there that has better outcomes in life. Like I believe there's a world where there's world peace everywhere. Martin Luther King was never assassinated, and my favorite porn videos don't get deleted from Pornhub. Yeah, I never thought I'd have Martin Luther King and porn in the same sentence. I never thought that would happen. It would have been an interesting speech, wouldn't it? I'm not going to attempt it. No, I'm not going to. But unfortunately, I also do believe that I do have a realistic mindset as well. I do believe there's a world with worse outcomes, you know? Like, I believe there's a world where Tom Hanks is the biggest creep in Hollywood. The coronavirus is spreading throughout the entire galaxy. And maybe the worst one of all, Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G., was really into stage diving. It was, you know, like 6'2", 295. Like, it was brutal. Like, can you imagine like your friend coming home from a Biggie concert if that happened? It's like, hey man, how was the Biggie concert? And he comes back, and I don't remember much after Big Papa. That was the first time telling that joke. Maybe the last time, I don't know. All right, I'll get out of here on this. Of all the things that have happened in this last couple of months, especially 2019, I think my favorite story was this one. Tyler Perry built a film studio in Atlanta. And what I find interesting is that he built it on an army base that once belonged to Confederate soldiers. I thought that was pretty cool, you know? He sort of stuck it to those that were against his people. And as a Jewish person, that gives me hope. It gives me hope that maybe someday, I can buy one of the concentration camps in Auschwitz and turn it into a theater that only plays Seth Rogen movies. All right, my name is Seth Raven. You guys were awesome. Thank you very much.
Yo.
Yeah, thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth Raven. Thank you very much. That was good. I like it. I like seeing people do regional jokes on Zoom. And live stream to Facebook. One of my favorite things to do. Like, yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll just keep going, guys. Sorry if I skip you, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep tearing through the list. Please welcome Brooke Barcel.
Yay!
Ooh.
I watched someone and they were like, I'm clapping for myself. And I'm like, I always clap for myself. I have to. No one else is necessarily clapping for me. So,
We clap for you.
anywho, the comic before me was talking about singles and doubles. I like to keep track of sixes and nines. People are wondering why I picked those numbers specifically, and I mean, I guess like when people are asking for sixes all the time, you know, and like you're doing sixes constantly, it's like you need a 9 every now and then. And lately I've just been demanding them at the exact same time, like a 6 and a 9 right up close right next to each other. Maybe I should start off with something a little bit more relatable. Moderation is kind of hard, you know, like I notice with snacks, if I buy a snack I like, I eat the whole thing. So then I just stop buying the snack I like, which sucks. And I'm like, is there an easier way to learn moderation? You know, so then I started all of these Facebook groups so that I could be their moderator. Thank you. Guys that call me bruh, they're like immediately put in the friend zone. Unless they're married, then I just stop flirting with them. I try to keep my jokes pretty light. You know, I don't go too deep because ow. Okay, so this is new for me. The last, like, it was like a couple, might have been last week at like 2 o'clock in the morning. This was the first time I learned what it sounds like when 2 cats have sex with each other. I thought that it was like a child that was maybe getting tortured or didn't want to do something, and it was like whining and crying and throwing a fit. So I'm like, maybe I should investigate. But then I'm like, oh, maybe it's like a possum, like in the middle of raping a cat. Like, I don't know what's going down. And I'm not a cock blocker. You know, I'm not. Like, if someone's getting some, I'm all for it, you know, like get it. But then like, if it's a rape situation, then I kind of want to put an end to it. So I had my light out and I was like going in the alley and trying to get a closer look. And I really couldn't tell you for sure if the other cat was into it. I Googled like what it was like for cats when they have sex with each other. And started watching some videos. I just had to do some research, you know, and it turns out, do you guys know this already? Is this common knowledge? But I think like it gets like really painful. And so I wonder if like people are ever concerned about noises that I make. And then I remember, oh, wait, I don't have sex. That's why I can safely have all these heavy objects right on top of my bed, because they're not going to fall. But you know what? I'd much rather be picky than sticky. No? I thought that was good. I'm going to say that again because I feel like you should laugh at that. I would much rather be picky, like particular. I'd much rather be picky than sticky. Yeah. They asked me for headshots and then they got mad because it was just the back of my head. They asked me for headshots and they got pissed because they had to Photoshop all the legs out. They asked me for headshots and they got mad because there was just like all this cum all over my face. So any Chiefs fans? You guys I'm more of a 69er fan. I feel like if you're not a 69er fan, you're just lazy. Although I have had fat people tell me they could be dangerous. I don't know if I have the light. I have to make sure I'm able to see him.
Yeah, you got like 20 seconds left.
Oh, then I have the perfect one-liner to end on. I'm allergic to alcohol, you guys. Like I can't drink, it sucks. I get bloated and I get hives and I get STDs. So bad, you guys. I'm gonna put my Instagram in there. Thank you. This has been really fun. I'd like to come back to you again.
Yes, thanks. Thank you, Brooke Barsal. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you. I don't know what cats having sex sounds like, but I've heard enough random noises on people's Zoom mics that I've had to mute and unmute to figure out what the fuck it is. That I'm pretty sure someone has cats fucking in their apartment. I don't know. It's all right. It's all right. You guys are all good. We'll keep rolling. Our next comedian. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a regular. He's Reed's regular right here. I just gotta find him real quick. Oh, please welcome to the virtual stage, Michael Cooper.
Hey guys, how's it going? How is everybody?
Woo!
Everybody else is doing great. I'm not. This shit's bothering me. I'm an old country boy and I'm quarantined in the goddamn city. All right. I'm used to certain kinds of danger. Okay. I'm from a place where like you could be like, those are alligators. I gotta get the fuck away from them. There's a snake. I gotta kill it. There's a Republican. I gotta beat it up. You know? This shit is not the right kind of fun for me. I went to the Walgreens earlier. It was like playing Frogger, but with illness. Instead of having to start the game back over, if you fuck up, you just never get to play again. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the coronavirus task force, had to upgrade his personal security due to death threats against him. And all I can think is, during a pandemic, isn't personal security kind of its own death threat? Also, every time I go out in public, people getting too close to me. Do I look that healthy? I don't understand people you're scared enough to go hoard toilet paper and drink bleach and shit, but not scared enough to like stand over there. I don't look healthy. I'm missing teeth. It's like I've been sharing meth pipes with bats. Y'all think R. Kelly just did all that shit to get a cabinet position?
Nah.
I was like, man, depending on how this next election goes, that joke might not stick around. Bam, America. You know, I get to keep that one forever. Guys, my girlfriend is gender fluid, and I gotta tell you, she's great. He's the worst. He likes to bake and support me emotionally. He likes to wake me up for sex. I am 33 and polyamorous, which is just a very long way of saying I'm really tired. At what point do I have to stop saying I'm in between jobs and start just saying like, yeah, those old high school teachers, man, they were right. Last time around, I was in between jobs for a year. Okay, that's not in between jobs. That's fucked. I ended up delivering pizza on a bicycle. One time, I had to ask a 17-year-old's permission to take a cigarette break. He said no. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What's the worst thing's gonna happen if I don't let you smoke a cigarette right now? So, well, son, there's a lot of security cameras here, so 20 to life. And it turns out when so I delivered mostly to college students, and it was a little rough because it turns out that when a 19-year-old whose parents have 40 grand a year to send them to DePaul, when they see a 32-year-old man pedaling a bicycle up to them, missing teeth, sounding like the bad guy in all the historically accurate movies, it's a little disrespectful. But that's fine. You know what I did is I would just ask them what they were studying. And no matter what, I told them I studied the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my time. I got to cut my feet and listen to Freebird while I cut myself. Thanks so much, y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michael Cooper. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. One more time for Michael Cooper. Everyone not muted. Put some clapping together, or there's a little clap button you could do in the room too. Oh yeah, Michael was saying what? Yeah, that he was quarantined in the city. I don't do we call what we're in like a quarantine technically? This is kind of just like a lockdown. It's not really like quarantine, right? Like I don't like to use that term. Like I think it's a dumb word. It reminds me of like a sports car I'll never be able to afford. Like here's an Audi quarantine. Yes. All 40 wheels provide power. It's amazing. That's for people that know Italian or Latin, I guess. I don't know. Our next comedian, please welcome. I'm looking for him right now. Where is he? Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. Noah Saunders.
What's going on? Andre, I heard you make a joke about suicide earlier. I just want to say, in all seriousness, that now is a time to think about self-care. And that if you're in it, there are things you can do. You can get more sleep, find a new medication, find a new passion, or make changes to your diet. And I think it's important to remember that when you make jokes about suicide or depression, you step all over my material. All right. So I'm of mixed heritage, safe to say. People often ask what I am. I have no problem saying what it is. Some people find it boundary pushing. I don't. I guess it depends on your tone. But one time at work, I'm like a server / bartender at a restaurant. One time when the line cooks asked me, and I was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's my mom's Filipino, my dad's white. He's a white guy." Now, without missing a beat, he turned to the head chef and was like, "Hey, Tom, do you know Noah was Chinese?" I've 23andMe over here with Robert. I could have saved $100 and just asked him what I am. Like so many of us here, I have a lot of social anxiety. Recently, a girl asked me to go to a birthday party. I was at a bowling alley. It was at Timber Lanes. I'm sure some people here know it. Maybe Chicago, Irving Park. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's like 4 lanes, very small. The bar is like right up on the alley. It's photogenic, but I'm very bad at bowling myself, quite bad. So I had all this neurotic anxiety, like I'm going to be meeting all these people for the first time, and I got it in my head that I was going to be so bad it was not only going to be awkward for me, but for other people. So I decided to do something I thought was smart. I went to a different bowling alley earlier in the day and pre-bowled. I did some warm-up bowling frames. This is something people think I make stuff up. Like one guy was like, you should add this to that. Like, no, this is like a true thing that I did. I'm just gonna say what I did. And of course, like no one gives a shit. Like who goes bowling all the time? There are people there from like other countries where bowling isn't a big deal. It was fine. I don't know what's wrong with me, but your bowling score is not an accurate reflection of your worth as a man. That's the moral here. God, that's deep. You guys can use that whenever you want. It's a flawed metric. What else can I do? So yeah, I'm bipolar. Very common on the open mic scene. I know I'm not the only one. So a lot of clinical depression and like compulsive behavior runs in my family, gambling, alcoholism, whatever else. And which is why I personally don't want to have children, because it won't be any fun traumatizing them if they're already sad. Right. Do I have any time left? I'm just curious. Or is that...
You got 1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
I have a whole minute. Oh my goodness. God. I'll do. Oh, and then there's a minute after. I'll do this real quick. When I used to live in Hawaii, I lived there for a year. One time I was in a public bus. I was 19. Some like old guy, they call them salty dogs, like older guys who just devoted their lives to surfing. He was wasted looking at me, and I made the mistake of making eye contact with him. And he went, "You can't surf better than me, bro." Just that was like his opener. That was the first thing he said to me. Clearly, the side of 19-year-old me like triggered him in some way. I don't know. So my version of that on the L in Chicago, when I'm old, is going to be, "You can't listen to podcasts better than me, bro." All right, that's all I got.
Thank you, Noah. One more time for Noah Saunders. Thank you, Noah. If you're not familiar with the open mic, there is one rule, and I didn't bring it up at the top, is if at any time you ask how much time you have left, it's 1 minute remaining. I just 1 minute. Unless it's less than a minute, then it's 20 seconds. You can't keep resetting it either. You can't just be like, how much time, and then how much time. Quit doing that. I'm sick of being pranked like that. It's a mean prank on me. I have to make that a solid rule. That's what I have to do. Our next meeting, there he is. Please welcome to the stage, Michael Shue.
Whoa.
Yo, good to see everybody. All right, cool. I don't have much to talk about, so I'm not going to take up the whole 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever I'm given. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Do you ever get stage fright? I'm having some Zoom stage fright. Yeah, I get stage fright a lot, actually. Zoom fright. Yeah. I get really nervous when I come up on stage because I don't know, I'm just a pussy. I don't know, maybe that's the term for it. Yeah. I don't like being called a pussy. It's one of the insults that cuts deeper to my core than I like to admit. Is that too real? It's a little too real. Okay, now I just rub my pec. I'm sorry, I forget that I'm at home and I'm on video. I had a really bad itch. I really had to scratch it. My mom told me I looked good today. Like, I didn't know what to say back. I just said thank you. I don't know. Sometimes I think my mom is the only girl who thinks I'm a good-looking guy. It really gets to me. Yeah. You know, I've been accused of having a Buster Bluth Lucille relationship before. If you don't get the reference, then you're better off for not knowing that fact about me. Yeah, I mean, I love my mom. Who could deny that? I mean, look at my hair. My mom did this haircut for me. It looks pretty good. I would say. Looks okay. I think women are afraid of my relationship with my mom. I don't think they want to interfere with our love. I sometimes think I tell people too much on stage. But also at the same time, I feel like I'm not giving you enough. You know, I'd rather just be, I don't know. Sometimes I know I'm not very funny on stage as well, so you just have to bear with me. I'm gonna check my time. I'm doing the time myself. So Mark, don't. I know I have. Wait, do I have 4 minutes or 5 minutes?
1 minute. 4 minutes.
All right, I do legitimately only have 1 minute left. Sometimes I like to do experimental comedy. I would say this probably falls in that camp. You know, it's funny, but it's not like punchline funny. You know, it's like I'm giving you something to laugh at, so I don't feel like I'm not doing my job. But I'm also not doing the normal setup punchline routine. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe tell me to fuck off after if you don't like it. I'll guess what? I'll still come back. So fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. Comedy's like the one thing that I know that like you can. It's like, you know, this is like a little philosophical beginner's comedy moment, but it's just about taking punches and coming back. So even though I suck, I still come back because that's part of the process. All right, see you later. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael Shue. No, that's very true. It's part of the process.
Getting better.
Yeah, I mean, you want to, like, the goal is to try to get better, but I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen people do it and not get better, so I don't even know if everybody knows that yet. So it's one of the key rules. It's also good to know when you're not being funny. A lot of people don't know that too. So I'm just saying, like, it's good to do that. It's good, all good. Great haircut. Tell your mom she did a good job. That's I guarantee I'm gonna cut my hair this week, and we'll see if I wear a hat for next. It might happen. I'm not sure. Oh my God, our next comedian, he's a Reads regular. I'm really excited. I haven't even seen his face, I don't think, since all this went down. This is amazing. Please welcome to the stage, Ron Irvin.
Yo.
What's going on, everybody? If you're muted, unmute yourself, coward. I don't. So this is my first time doing like a virtual mic or whatever since all this shit has gone down. And this is just, so we're just doing stand up on Zoom. That's how it is now. Okay.
People, yeah.
Yeah. That's really dumb. I don't know. I'm sorry. Hold on. I actually have a sound. Hold on. Here we go. That shit's stupid. All right. Anyway, sorry. I have a mixer and I like to play with it. That's what we're doing. I hate how quiet and respectful it is in here. Because it's not how this works. It's like we're all basically sitting here acting like the best part of comedy is the actual jokes, which fuck off. It's just like it's like it's just all of us getting like basic human contact to reassure that we're not going to die alone, which we like very most likely all are. And that's what it boils down to. That's it. Oh my God. Just want to talk to me. This should be more of like a podcast than an open mic. Does that make sense?
No.
You know what I mean? It really should be. There's no, I'm not going to do, okay, this isn't a bit. This is something I never watched Mad Men, and somebody is now watching it with me remotely. And I'm watching through it. And the thing that's keeping me entertained is I've been working a John Hamm Mad Men ad pitch, but it's just for gay sex. That's been keeping me very happy. And it's been keeping me very entertained. So if anybody thinks that has legs and can call AMC, that would be great. How is everybody staying sane? Like, what is your thing? Because all I have is like, I'm doing like prison style workouts, and that's what's keeping me like just something to focus the time on. What is your thing that's keeping you from going insane?
Meditation.
Meditation?
Pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling? All right, no, that's worse. God, wow. You think you walk into a Zoom room that's doing an open mic and you're like, can't get any lower, and then here comes a wrestling fan. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I have such like an innate hatred for people who hate wrestling, or it's just hilarious for me to shit on it. Because it's like, it's dumb bullshit for children, but we all have dumb bullshit for children that we like, but nobody is as serious about it as wrestling fans, and it's fine. I like Detective Pikachu. You're allowed to like not be a fan of that. It's okay. Yes, I hate everybody who's into wrestling. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care at this point. I really don't. And as somebody who like my career path is stand-up comedy, wrong choice. Like absolute terrible choice. But this is how it's gonna be. This is my rock and I'm sticking to it. I don't care. I'm Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. What? That's not what? Oh.
He's in his shirt.
Oh, he's in his shirt. Is that a wrestling shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why would you drop a wrestling reference when I just said I hate wrestling? What made you think I would get that reference?
Maybe you hate watch it.
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't. You know. Okay, I got the light. You know what I do hate? Well, I have literally. This has just been nothing but me like working out and like watching either cooking or murder shows, and there's absolutely no in between. Whatsoever. I need to watch something else or my brain is going to fucking melt. I get it. Jesus Christ. I'm just glad that this is human contact. This is nice. This was a lot of fun. I saw some familiar faces. I see some new ones. Hope I get to see you some more. My name is Ron Irvin. My special's on Pornhub. You guys have a good night.
Yes. Ron, I like that. I like that you came in just attacking the concept and left loving it, right? That's the kind
No, I don't care. I don't care at this point.
I don't think anything that you said about what's happening here is any different than a real live open mic either. Every criticism you had was exactly an open mic. That's why I don't think you like those either, probably.
I'm just saying God has sent us a message that he wants stand-up dead, and we should respect that for the time being.
Oh, come on.
That's the guy with the podcast and is suggesting replacing it with podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please no. I'll get. You know what? The one thing you got out of having a podcast is you have a good mic setup.
Yeah, I have a soundboard and shit.
Yeah, you have a soundboard. That's what everyone get a podcast so you sound better on Zoom, please.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was telling people earlier, like I think coming out of this, like the stuff you would do before we're on Zoom and stuff, it's kind of like burn that down and write new shit. And then I think as we come out of this and start performing live again, it's like bring your notebooks again. It's gonna be all new shit. You don't know what's gonna happen, but one thing I do know is that this pandemic can go a couple different ways. So you might want to cover your bases with that. Like there's two outcomes. This could be the apocalypse, or this could be like very just, like 6 months and then we're back out and back at it. So like you should practice your sets and you should work on 2 different notebooks, and one notebook should be like, oh man, that was wild, man. Like, yeah, like, are you guys hungry or what? And then the other outcome would be like, oh my God, the Republicans were right.
Oh no.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm playing both. I'm playing both sides of that, and just to get booked, right? That's the whole point of all this. I'm gonna introduce my co-host for the evening. He was a late joiner, but he's here now. Please welcome the very friendly, very.
What about Paula? Paula?
Pratik's taking over for co-hosting for a little bit. So I'm introducing Pratik wherever he went. Please welcome Pratik Srivastava.
Hey everybody, I'm your late co-host. Hey, hello. Ron was talking about hatred of pro wrestling, and I get that. Like I there's a lot of people, like, pro wrestling is hated by a lot of people, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I will say I once watched a pro wrestling match it was in Saudi Arabia, and I saw an arena full of conservative Muslims chant for a Jewish guy named Goldberg. That's not happening in any other sport. You're not going to see that in Wimbledon. That is purely a pro wrestling feat, you guys. So I hate to say it, but pro wrestling brought two races together for one brief moment. And then Bill Goldberg got dumped on his head and almost had a concussion. He almost died. So yay, sports entertainment. That's fine. Zoom comedy. We're calling it Zoom comedy now. That's what this is. Zoom comedy. It's like the soy bacon of comedy, you guys. It's there, it's in the fridge, it's right now, but it's not as good as the real thing. Thank you very much. But this is cool. I got my this is like bootleg hand sanitizer right here. This is like 80% alcohol. This will turn your skin like this color. Your skin will turn into Sammy Sosa present day. So if you want some, I'm selling it via Etsy, my Etsy stores. You can get that. I also sell bootleg masterclass DVDs. If you want to watch half of Judd Apatow's masterclass and then it morphs into 1 minute of Kevin Spacey's masterclass, and then it morphs back into 5 minutes of David Mamet's masterclass, and he basically just says the C word over and over again for his masterclass. It's pretty good. Someone had to leave. That's pretty good. Earlier today, our next comedian will know this. Our next comedian was running an open mic, and I'm very comfortable with Zoom mics now. I almost took off my pants, like on the Zoom mic. Like I had to remember to do the thing where you stop video and you see this image. Look at that, by the way. That is some youth right there. That is Ron Irvin. That is 10 years of no open mics. That's what that kid is right there. That kid is aged horribly. That is. I still have that Mario shirt, by the way. They don't make that Mario shirt anymore. Hot Topic got rid of it. And I have like a version of it, but then what I would do is I would flip it out and not get it in dryer, because the dryer will do that thing where it crusts up the image. So I'm a little pissed off. So if anybody on eBay wants to eBay it up, I need another version of that Mario shirt. I don't want like cartoon Mario with the raccoon skin hat. No. I want 8-bit Mario going, "Welcome to the Warp Zone." I need that. You know how much it costs if I were to like screen print that? $1,000. That's my whole stimulus check, because I only got $1,000. They took off $200. They call it the beard tax. They just took off $200. The whole stimulus check goes in screen printing that fucking shirt because of all the fucking colors.
Poor Pratik.
All right. I'll do one little thing and I'll bring up your next performer here at the Fun Simulator. This is the Simulator open mic, you guys. This is my panic room, by the way. That's where I'm sitting on right now. I'm not sitting. I'm actually standing. This microphone is not plugged in. This is pretty good. This is a microphone, and we got the little lambskin on this. We're gonna raw dog it now. This is pretty good. Here's what I've learned over the course of this whole quarantine. You know what I'm gonna miss the most, right? Is taking shits in public restrooms. You know, big fan of that. I think you got to be careful, though. You can't just go to any old restroom, Mark Hornbeck. You can't just do that. You can't just go to your local, Quick and Save and drop a deuce there. No, you got to be careful. You got to find very clean and nice bathrooms. So I found one. It's in hotel lobbies. You got to find these hotel lobby bathrooms, and you got to be careful, because there will be a security person there that's going to be like, "Excuse me, sir, are you a guest of this hotel?" Here's what you do. You make full eye contact with that person. You take off your glasses, you look at them, and you say, "No, I'm not a guest of this hotel. I am here at this hotel visiting my biological father for the first time ever, and I'm a little nervous right now because I just had 9 7-Eleven taquitos. That's 3 for 3 times 3. That's a good fucking deal. So if it's okay with you, Hyatt Regency on Grand and State Avenue, I'm going to use your bathroom, turn my asshole into a Play-Doh press kit, and then I'm going to thank Arslan, who is cleaning these bathrooms every hour on the hour, because Arslan is from Sri Lanka and he's got 5 PhDs. Because of our educational system, he can only get a job cleaning up after me when I turn my asshole into a Play-Doh press kit. Thank you, Brandon State Avenue hotel lobbies. All right, and without further ado, let's get your next performer up here. She also runs a couple different open mics. Ask her about it, and she'll post about it too. Give it up for Paula Maddox, everybody! Yay!
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the time. I hope you all are doing well out there, and that you're warm and dry and sheltered, because I think that's all we can expect nowadays. And I think that's safe, you know, so we don't get our expectations too high, because it hurts when you fall again and again and again. It's all good. We'll be fine, you guys. We have mics, Zoom mics, and we'll fake it till we fucking make it, right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, I appreciate y'all for coming, like I said. So my name is Paula. I just go by Paula now because I gave up my maiden name too soon, and my married name messed things up for me a lot. So now I go out and I warn people about the dangers of parenting, because you can leave a marriage, you know? Yeah, leaving kids is much harder. There's crying and screaming, and the kids have a hard time too, you know? So yeah, I think people aren't warned properly on purpose, you know, so that nature gets her bitches, you know? It's kind of sad. A lot of suckers. I'm one. I actually did it to myself on purpose, because I thought that's what you're supposed to do is, you know, go out and have kids. There was warning signs that I missed, because right there in the word parenthood is the word hood. And what do we know about hoods? They're dangerous. Yeah. Nothing cool about this hood. Mr. Rogers ain't fucking there. Like, nobody gives a shit, you know? When the middle class and the economy collapsed, the fucking village went too, you know, because it's all fucking connected, dumb shits, you know? You can't have one without the other. Yeah, and I found out that in hoods live gangs, because in parenting, when you have more than one kid, you make your own gang. That's dumb. Should have been a warning, right? Yeah, no, because they're not the cool gangs you see on TV. No, every time you turn around, they're pulling shit. You know, they'll never fly my colors. Sometimes I think the bones they'll make will be mine. Not cool, not cool. So I call my home a penitentiary now. Because a few years ago I was watching Locked Up, and I got really jealous over their CCTV and their backup, you know. Yeah, but I built my penitentiary the right way. I married the kid's dad, so they weren't bastards, you know, because I thought that would be a good thing. You know, they warn you about that, but not about the stinking kids, but whatever. And my kids also had the same dad, so I thought that was pretty cool, you know. It means I wasn't a whore. I mean, who doesn't like that? You know, because some decisions last a lifetime, and that's one of them. Yeah. The story takes a sad turn, you see, because my husband, he got his sentence commuted a few years ago. The trader took him home, but he took him home on leap day, so it's kind of hard to be mad. You know what I mean? The math's kind of tricky, and you can't fuck it up, or else you get spanked by karma or something, because that's mean. Like, really? No, it's okay. It's okay. I did find something out though when he left, and that's nature knew the job of parenting was so dangerous that it had a built-in witness protection program, because it takes two people to make a baby, and I think that's intentional, because the fucker knew it was gonna be hard. You know, he was like, you know, I'm just gonna hope you get out. Thanks for being a bitch, doing the bitch work, but you know, I've also found out that the act of actually making the baby, I think, is a form of black magic. Because it has all the requirements. It has a sacrifice. You sacrifice all your good parts to make this kid work out, you know, even parts you don't know you have. Because second thing is offerings. You offer up your little DNA for the job. I mean, you don't get fucking more cosmic than that. And the last one is usually everybody's favorite. Kind of mine too. It's the chatting and the moaning, you know, because in the beginning you're like, please, please, please. And after you make the kid, you're moaning and groaning because you're like, what do we do? That poke's gonna stick. Just know. I have one rule in parenting: is never look as dumb as the kids do. So stay safe, take your birth control, and stay out the hood. Have a good night. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, Paula, let her hear it, guys. Yay!
Thank you.
And hit her up. I know she runs a couple open mics, and we'll get all that info there if you want to keep supporting virtual Zoom comedy, guys. Team Zoom comedy.
Thank you.
Great. We got a couple more people coming up, and then we're still gonna do the fastest minute. Oh boy, it's gonna be like chat roulette basically for fastest minute.
Yeah.
Hopefully less penises. That'd be good. Yeah. All right. Your next comedian coming to the stage. He might be a descendant of Peter Sellers, comedy legend. We're gonna find out now. Give it up for Ahmad Sellers, you guys.
Woo!
Hey.
Yeah. No, not a descendant of Peter Sellers. So I've been watching like the news a lot because the whole coronavirus thing. And my favorite news station is NPR because they're like journalists always have really interesting stories. Like I was listening to NPR, they're like, "All right, listening to WBZ, this is NPR radio. Today we're going to be talking to Henry Russell, the first African American man to go down a water slide." There's still sports journalism going on during this pandemic, which I think is kind of weird because like, what are we doing with sports right now? But I feel like sports can be used to make people care about real world issues. Like imagine if you tuned into CNN and it was like ESPN. Today we have one of our most anticipated matchups, Israel versus Palestine. Who you got? Moving on. So I've been locked in with my family in quarantine, and I've been with them so long that I started to play Bop It with the noises they make. Like if I hear a fuck, I'm like, that's dad. If I hear a God damn it, that's mom. And you know what's the weird thing about family is that when you're younger, the image you have for your family is very distorted. But as you grow older, you begin to see the real them. Like I had a cousin who was always real flaky about coming to Thanksgiving, but it turns out he was just in and out of jail. So like, I was talking to my friend the other day, we were talking about like consequences in life. And I've learned that like you're never gonna change people. People are always gonna do what they want to do until they face the consequences of their actions. Like my friend, he likes to ride his bike in the middle of the street. I'm like, bro, you gotta stop doing that. You get hurt, you know? But he didn't listen to me. And he only learned once I hit him. But also I have a lot of trouble thinking about the consequences of my actions, you know? So I've come up with like a superhero to try to like get me to think about them all the time. And I've named him Consequence Man. Every time you think of doing something crazy, Consequence Man will appear, show you the consequences of your actions. Say you're with a girl, you brought a girl back to your house, she don't have a condom. But you say, fuck it, you're just gonna go on raw. You don't care, you're just gonna go on raw. Out of nowhere, Consequence Man will appear and chop your dick off. What else did I want to try out? I'm gonna do one more joke on the news and I'm gonna get out of here. My favorite thing about the news is when like the newscasters mess up. Like they say something totally ridiculous and they weren't supposed to say. Like to be like, a man was hospitalized today in Elk Grove. He was driving his car at night and accidentally hit a queer. Oh, I mean a deer. I thank you guys. That's my time.
Hey. Watch out for the signs on the road, you guys. You got to be careful. That's important. Once again, reminder, I'm selling 80% alcohol sanitizer. This will turn your skin white. Want to pick some up, it's on my Etsy plan. We'll figure all that out. Also, if you would like to support my new charity, it's called the NAACP. It's the National Association for the Advancement of Chess Players. Thank you very much. Hell yeah. Thank you. The energy in here is starting to feel like a real open mic again. So congratulations, guys. We did it!
Yay!
Viva la 2020. Hugh Downs was important. I'm talking about that 2020. All right, your next comedian coming to the stage. He headlines. I still remember him. He is the preeminent open mic headliner, always coming through. Actually, in all seriousness, this is a very talented man. Always love seeing him. I'm glad he's back doing Zoom comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tristan A. Smith.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, woo. Give it up for Mark and Pratik for hosting. Clap for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell a lot of my friends that I do Zoom comedy open mics, and they're always kind of worried about that, and they're like, "Hey, are you sure that you want to risk it? Because a hacker might break into the mic and they might call you the N-word." And if you think that that's the fear of if you think Zoom's gonna thing that cause that to happen, that's been happening long before an open mic. I mean, getting called the N-word is as old as comedy. That's not. Honestly, if a hacker's using their skills to break into an open mic, say the N-word, that's a real waste of their time, to be fair. I can't imagine doing all that work just to say the N-word, because really, you just sign up on the list the time you want. It's a very simple strategy. That's too much work to just call me a racial slur. All right, let me switch gears for a second. Shout out to anybody who's racist right now. If you can be racist while your father's dying, I think that's a pretty cool ability that you have. You're pretty good at multitasking. I want to meet the person who still hates Asians. I really want to meet that. I want to be the person who's like, this virus took everything from me. It took my wife, took my kids, took my job, took my house. But if you think it took away my hatred of other races, fuck no. I'm stay hating Asians. I'm not gonna stop. I hated Asians before it was cool. I want to meet that person. I'm the hipster racist. You don't even know me. I realized a while ago that Jussie Smollett is my second favorite black person. My favorite black person is O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
I like it whenever we get away with crimes. My fetish is freedom. I feel like as black people, we've gone as far as marching can take us. We tried for 50 years. We've done as much as we can with marching. I think we have to change our tactics, and that's why I like OJ and Jussie, because they thought outside the box. We got to start beating white people where it counts. White people love Law and Order. They love Law and Order so much they created 8 different TV shows called Law and Order because it's the only game that they can win. So we got to start beating them on their own turf. All right, we got to start beating them where it counts. We have to start committing crimes and getting away with them. That's the important part. Every minority commit some harmful transaction to a white person and see if you get away with it, and then we can change the laws in this country. All right. Whenever I do that, white people don't laugh and black people applaud, and it's a very weird experience doing that. In an open mic, it sounds like a hate rally. In a Zoom open mic, it just sounds like you all are part of my video podcast. It's not going good for me. Common's weird during the apocalypse. I didn't know I would do it this much. That's not even a bit. I was hoping something funny would come out of that. It really did. That's just my life. I'm the horniest I've ever been. I've got no one to express it to. I might jerk off to Mark after this, honestly. If you give me a reason. He's got long enough hair and I'm horny enough. It can work. How was this mic before I got here? Did anyone do well? Did anyone enjoy?
Oh yeah, we crushed it.
Hell yeah! Who said that? I didn't see the voice. Brooke Marcel. Okay, awesome. I don't know anyone's name in this group. This is Zoom comedy is a great way to not meet people. It's been very good for me. I don't know. That's about it. I don't really have anything else to offer. Give it up for Pratik and Mark for doing this.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping. Thank you, Tristan A. Smith. I apologize for keeping the spotlight on Pratik for the first minute of your set, but I was getting my lemon tree, and I wanted to show you that I wasn't lying. This is a real lemon tree.
Real lemons.
But honestly, I enjoyed seeing Pratik. I didn't mind it at all. I like looking at his face while I performed.
There we go, guys. I'm gonna keep the virtual background up, but then it'll be like a tree growing out of the stage.
Yeah. You have a tree lapel, Mark.
No, what I'm doing. This is very, very three-dimensional now. It's really good. We're gonna start Fast Minute Comedy. Go, go, go. I know I got the list of the people that are still in the room. I think I did that. That's awesome, whatever that was. That was having sex from her.
The outside world.
Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't perform right next to a sidewalk, but that's
going out there without the mask too. I like it.
Living on the edge.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. You got 1 minute. Me and Pratik are gonna call your names out, and if you're here, go up. And if you want to go, don't go up. I don't really care. But I'm just gonna spotlight you. Get on Petty Manstock.
Okay, I have this giant crush on Vladimir Putin. I feel like I can admit that to you guys right now. Oh, my fantasy is that he comes in my room shirtless on horseback, and then he gives me oral sex. But when he goes down on me, he's gonna use the Cyrillic alphabet. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, Danny. Yes. We'll keep rolling. That was well done. That was well under a minute. So someone else that doesn't go to the room, you still only have a minute. Get on down, Nathan Gibson.
Whoa.
You guys like drugs?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of drugs. You know who likes drugs? Dolphins.
Yeah.
This is a truth. You can fact check my joke. There's dolphins that like to get high. There's these puffer fish. Their thing, they puff. And when they puff, they secrete a nerve toxin that would kill you, that would kill you. I have it in thumbnail view. You. I only can say that to 9 people. To a dolphin, it gets them really high. So there will be schools of dolphins. Drugs are always in the schools that will find that they'll puff. And then they'll take their nose and they'll push it to another fish, another dolphin, so they can get high, and then another dolphin so they can get high. So science has proven that there is a puffer pass. Actually works better than open mics. All right. I'm a Zoom now.
Yeah.
Zoom comedy. Hey.
I wasn't even timing, but that was a minute. I know it in my head. I've done this enough.
Yeah. Where's he at? Get out. We were going. I thought you were taking it for but we got it. Andre
I
Hotchkiss.
didn't know if I was on the spotlight.
Oh no, I'm just going in between. I'm just going to whoever's talking. It's just speaker cat. Anyone can hijack this.
We'll figure this banter out for next week.
Yeah. Get on down, Andre Hotchkiss. Go.
Go.
I hate it when people post on social media that like one of their parents died, because like it's always accompanied with like all of this like really glowing essay about how great of a parent they were, and it's really selfish because I feel like most of us like didn't have great parents, and it's like, you know, like what I would give to actually be sad when my parents die, you know, like it's when that moment comes, it's not a celebration. Like I'm just gonna stop there because I feel like I haven't worked out the rest of the bit.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, Andrea Shem.
Thank you.
Go. Hey, and next up, straight out of Washington D.C., Sophia Javed. Yeah.
I was raised Muslim, and when I tasted bacon for the first time, I thought, how bad could hell really be? Look, I know it's hot down there, but I bet the bacon's extra crispy, just like I like it. Listen, Islam. Wait, hear me out. Islam is a beautiful religion, but in my defense, it's very hard to be a good Muslim. Because the top 3 cardinal sins in Islam are drinking alcohol, eating pork, and having extramarital sex. Murder comes in at like 8 or 9. Oh, but the top 3 big ones are booze, bacon, and banging. And I don't know, guys, to me, that's just a fun Friday night. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sophia Javed. She put the ha in harem. Hell yeah. It's okay for me to make that joke. I'm not even Muslim. Thank you. All right, you're next. Coming up next on Fastest Minute. Brooke Barcel. Yeah, go.
Okay, I'm just gonna squeeze in a nipple joke. It's something I've been playing with for kind of a while. I feathered through my notes, and like I couldn't even clamp down. You know, like when you need like a titty punch. Sorry, like when you need like a titty punch line, but like I don't know, nothing was piercing me. I wanted, you know, like when the joke has like a twist, when it almost goes full circle. Like, I just really want to milk this joke. I am a lot like a mermaid because I have really, really long hair and I'm always wet. Also like a unicorn because I'm magical and I'm really horny. Everyone can tell. And just looking for a centaur, you know, like stud on top, guy that you can mount from the back. That's about a minute, I believe. Thank you.
Yay. Yeah. Thank you, Brooke Barcel. We're gonna keep rolling. That was exactly a minute. I didn't even like you. See, everyone knows what a minute is. It's really weird. Like every comedian has a 1 minute bit and knows it. I'm gonna keep going. He's here. Yeah, Michael Cooper, get on.
Yo. Hey, hello again. People have to stop asking me if my partner's gender fluidity means I'm queer, because I shouldn't be able to call myself a word that I can't say without scaring the shit out of everybody. This isn't a pass that I should have. You can't give me. What's the fun of making jokes on stage about all kinds of different people when people think that you're allowed to do it? Man, I don't know. It's weird. Stop trying to give me a pass to say the F word and stuff. It's just not. It's not happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
I don't see Paula. On in the Zoom anymore. So we're gonna keep going. Ahmed Sellers, you're up.
All right, so a little bit about me. I'm Black, but I'm also Jewish, and I never got bullied for that, but people always made assumptions about me. Like my sophomore year of high school, I was elected the class treasurer, but I didn't run. And then the people there wouldn't even trust me with the money. I got a one-liner that I'm gonna get out. They say if you read 5 books on a topic, you become an expert. So I started reading some books on pimping.
Thank you. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna do this. Our last comedian. Very happy that he's braving the cold. It's cold out there, man. I brought my lemon tree.
I got a scarf.
It's cold, man. Yeah. Well, get warm and do your set and go inside and stay warm. Truth and Smith.
Yeah, the reason I'm outside is because I have not cleaned up my apartment, and I would much rather risk my death to COVID-19 than have you guys see the inside of my place. So that is why I perform outside. I think mics are fun until somebody gets famous. And I swear to God, if one of you motherfuckers blows up, I will talk shit about you. I have no qualms about doing that at all. I will resent you. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I've got friends who got emergence of fame. And people say like, oh, hey, you got friends who are like on the Daily Show or on, Saturday Night Live. Doesn't that inspire you? And it does not. It inspires jealousy. That's what does not inspire me to do that. And I swear, if one of you motherfuckers finds success, we either all fail or we all succeed. All right, I want that to be very clear right now. Thank you very much. That's the way this mic's gonna end, with me all to fail.
Yes.
Or succeed.
Yeah.
Maybe. If there's time.
I think that's fair. I think you should go to mics, go to the Zoom mics just to make sure nobody gets famous. And trick yourself. Start rumors about people. Start rumors about people hacking in and calling you N-word. I don't know.
Oh fuck! You ruined my plan.
Yeah, it's all Tristan doing it.
I was laying the groundwork for the last 2 weeks.
You're gonna pull his on Jussie Smollett.
You guys Do you guys want to do another round, or you guys want to call it? I don't know. I'm gonna stop this.